T-minus 1 day before Ranked Season 2023 officially kicks off. A lot of changes this season, including the fact that there's 2 seasons this year. They go for 6 months each. That should technically mean a more competitive environment for us all. And if you want to be as competitive as possible, then you should be using Professor. This is the overlay app that you see me use in every single one of my videos. Professor helps me keep track of both my own jungle camps and my enemy. It's also got the added perk of helping you keep track of your enemy summoner spells, and with the click of a button, all the stats of the players in your game will be on your screen. No need to minimize the game to bring it up. It's so easy, so convenient. With the new ranked season right around the corner, do yourself a favor, use the link in the description of this video and download Professor this new season to reach your new highest rank. Good luck to everyone this season, and thanks to Professor for sponsoring today's video. We are back. This is episode 2 of what I am now calling Instant Karma. For those of you that are unaware, this series is basically us hunting griefers and name and shaming them. And at the end of the video, I'll also go over how I got permanently banned. More on that later, but for now, let's just jump straight into it. First up, we have one of the most malicious and creative inters that I've seen. He managed to soft int so well that I wasn't even convinced that he was targeting me until much later on. But as you can see in the lobby, he's banned Sion, which is notoriously my main champion. He then locks in the Teemo, and I think nothing of it because I'm on a Smurf and I'm also practicing Swain anyway, so it was no problem for me. But once we enter the game, it's pretty evident that something is fishy, as Teemo immediately runs to the bottom brush, exactly where my Sion cheese starts, which is the first hint that something here is going wrong. Teemo then sits patiently in the bush watching my engage, really just waiting until I'm all but guaranteed to die. Then he sits in the lane stealing gold plus experience while his own top wave crashes into the tower. At this point, I think he's griefing, but I don't think he's specifically griefing me. The truth is that platinum players generally just do some crazy shit sometimes, so it's not always malicious, but when he comes back down and does it again, then yeah. We eventually win that game, we move on, I immediately queue up. First pick is a Smite Jungle Sion. Thanks to Riot's new anonymous lobbies, it's impossible for me to know if it's him. This is how it played out. Overall, he did a pretty good job at being inconspicuous. It would be very difficult to get him punished for just any one particular thing he did. Once you can see the full picture of what he's doing, it's quite clear he is target inting me, and Riot completely agreed. He ended up with a very prompt 2-week ban. This is the quickest I've ever seen Riot respond. I submitted my ticket at 7:04 a.m. and by 7:27 Riot had already responded. What gave me a solid chuckle was the fact that because I submitted video evidence, Riot had the ability to like the video, and the support staff actually liked the video, which was awesome. I mean, if he's liking the video, I feel like you should too. Don't forget to leave a comment. Turns out he's actually a viewer, so hello to you and thank you for helping us clean up the streets secrets of Summoner Rift. A big takeaway from this though is how he reacts to the fact that there's video proof with game IDs, making it significantly easier for him to punish the griefers. During the second game, Chad and me had a lot of time to figure out who this player was. It turns out he is a consistent griefer of mine. He is Ratty. Check out the stats, same exact person. This guy's been running it down on OCE for many years. Hopefully we're the one to put an end to that eventually. And on to the next target. This, once again, another Teemo player. Well, technically he's a Riven main, but he's just trolling the lobby. However, this player is one that I have been trying to get punished for months. And by months, I mean 3 months I was chasing him down. Just to sum up what's happened, he held the lobby hostage by refusing to play with me. It dodged, and once the next lobby formed, he was then on the enemy team, which went through. Unfortunately, this game was a remake. This is typical high elo bullshit. We eventually got a game. Third time was the charm, and to shock no one at all, he is running it down on their team too. The thing about these inters is they have a bunch of people they target in. It's not just one person they hate a lot of people. Obviously, he's bumped into another one on that team. At the end of the game, the enemy team provided me with screenshots of what happened in their lobby, just to make it even easier to get him banned. Look at us all working together. Here's the ticket I submitted to Riot. I provided evidence of him hostaging the lobby, running into the tower, chat logs of the enemy team where he self-incriminates. I then did some digging through his match history and found numerous games where he either trolls with a off-meta build or just straight up sells his items for 6 sheens, for example. I mean, overall, I gave Riot 8 examples of him griefing, and it was in fact successful. I believe he got banned for 2 weeks off of this. Because he was such a serial inter, I then decided to keep track of him by checking up on him once a week, like some kind of parole officer. But what I found should come as no shock. He immediately started griefing as soon as he was unbanned. He griefed 3 games in a row. 3 of them. This is all in Master 300 LP-ish bracket as well. You're going to notice an extremely funny trend here. Any jungler mains watching this are going to know this trend quite well. Notice how every single time he gets outplayed in a 1v1, he then goes and trolls the jungle. Once again, I submit a ticket. This time you can tell my tone has changed. Personally, I just think it's absolutely outrageous that he is not permanently banned. He should have been permanently banned from the first ticket. That much evidence in one ticket, 8+ games, like how much more evidence do you truly need before you realize a player isn't going to change his ways? Like, you should know that is not a one-off int, that is a serial inter, and he should be removed. Anyway, once again, we got him banned for 2 weeks. They're the 3 games that I reported him for, 13 days not played. The interesting and questionable thing is this is his second ban, so I was expecting it to be a permanent ban, but he came back again. This time it was a few days out before the season ended, maybe even the last day, I don't recall. Anyway, he was grinding really hard, trying to make it to Grandmaster. He just can't help himself, can he? It's the same thing as well. Like, he goes in for the 1v1, completely screws it up, and then he plays the jungler. The jungler, by the way, the Karthus, is the challenger. He's blaming the challenger player for his error. I mean, in all these examples, he blamed the jungler. But in this case, it's like, come on, mate. Come on. I submitted a ticket for this one. He did not get punished. He griefed this game and didn't get punished. Even after being banned twice, he was not punished. But you know who did get punished? Me. I got permanently banned. We're going to go over that now and tell you what happened. So for those of you who don't know, I was banned for 14 days for playing Smite Teleport Scion. It was an accident, and eventually it was corrected. Then preseason happened, jungle changes happened, so I started playing on a Smurf account so that I could then learn the new jungle and then play it on my main. I went onto the main after 2 to 3 weeks of playing on the Smurf. I played 4 games, won 2, lost 2, and then I logged on the next day and found out I was permanently banned. I sent in the appeal mentioning the ticket, saying that obviously it's a mistake again, it's the exact same thing I'm getting banned for, and the support staff didn't even acknowledge it. They said, nope, the ban is correct and you are permanently banned, unfortunately. There's nothing we can do to help. I then questioned this, obviously, because, like, worst case scenario, it should be a 14-day ban if the other one's revoked, because that would be the first punishment the account's ever had. After a lot of dicking around, they then changed the permanent ban to a 14-day ban, which pretty much makes no sense if you think about it, because if the other ban was revoked, how come you're sticking with this one? I mean, whatever. It's different support stuff. Everyone's confused. But once again, they stick to the 14-day ban and say, good luck. I then go through the LPP once again, and eventually the ban is removed. Starting to realize the faults that their system has, it's pretty clear to me that once you get a ban, all Riot can do is revoke it, but they can't remove it from your account. So I wanted to get confirmation from him that that's the case, and that is, in fact, how it works. They don't have the system set up so that they can actually remove the ban. He mentions how, even though it's stuck there forever, that it won't impact future decisions of the Riot support staff, but clearly that is not the case. Like, literally in this example, I got permanently banned when it should have at worst been a 14-day ban, and they stuck with it. If I didn't persist, I would be permanently banned still. I mean, how can you say that? Anyway, that's all we have for today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and good luck this season. Don't forget to download Professor if you want to reach your new highest rank. Link is in the description.